Hello everyone, Fancy here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today we are discussing how Nintendo is reportedly denying the fact that Joy-Con drift is real. Of course, before we dive into what exactly that means, where this quote is coming from, and what exactly is going on with that lawsuit, please do like and subscribe, it really does help. So, that's right, Nintendo is being quoted, reportedly quoted, as saying that the Joy-Con drift does not exist, which wouldn't make any sense to me because they've already kind of addressed this. They've already said, we apologize for anybody who was inconvenienced, and also they made the Joy-Cons free to be repaired. So they've already addressed the fact that there is in fact an issue. Now, they have not specifically said, hey, there is Joy-Con drift, it's a widespread issue, we're so sorry, send them all in, we'll fix them up, send them out immediately, we'll send everyone new ones, just provide us proof, stuff like that. That didn't happen because these are $80 controllers, and that could lead to a lawsuit. Well, a lawsuit is happening anyway. There's a class action lawsuit against Nintendo because it is a widespread issue, and they reportedly may have known about the issue beforehand. Now, that's what the main issue is with that lawsuit. So where's this quote coming from where Nintendo is reportedly saying that Joy-Con drift does not exist? This is being quoted from the law firm that is filing the suit against Nintendo. There is no article I can find out there where they actually have Nintendo stating that exactly. Hell, even some of these articles don't mention where this quote came from to begin with and are acting like Nintendo came out and said exactly that. So it's a little foggy in a lot of these different articles that are reporting that Nintendo said this, when in fact it seems like the only source that we're getting is from the law firm that is suing Nintendo. Now, one could argue that because Nintendo is defending against this lawsuit, they are saying that it's not a widespread issue, but they could also just be defending against the fact that they knew about it ahead of time. But it is a bit strange that this issue really is so widespread and that Nintendo did not catch it before shipping the system. You'd think they would have figured out an issue during the quality control phase. So moving on from the vagueness and weirdness of every single one of these articles that are just titled that Nintendo said it directly, how has Nintendo handled the Joy-Con drift? Has it been good? Is it up to our standards, at least the standards that we should have for these video game systems? I would argue a little bit yes and no. I was very disappointed that these did have a drift problem to begin with. I am one of the people that's been affected by this. When I first got my Switch, I thought there was something wrong with Breath of the Wild, or I didn't know what was going on, but it was sometimes very difficult to control Link. And the reason I haven't sent this in for repair is because I don't really use them very often. I use them in handheld mode, and for some reason in handheld mode I don't get the drift issue. I don't understand how that would change anything, but I don't know. It's an intermittent issue for me. I've got two Pro controllers and I only use these in handheld mode anyway, so I haven't gotten a fix. But they are doing a free fix, and there are plenty of tutorials online for you to fix it yourself. Also, I have not heard of this issue still being a thing in 2020. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm not hearing nearly as many people talk about this issue now that a huge number of Switches have been moving during the pandemic. You think this issue would have cropped up again once all these systems continue to fly off the shelves. There are also scattered reports of the Switch Lite having drift issues, but again, it wasn't the same widespread issue that the mostly left Joy-Con had near launch. So overall, their handling of the Joy-Con issue has been okay at best. I mean, it's great that they're fixing them for free, but that's kind of, it's kind of expected, right, that they fix their own issue for free. And I don't like the fact that they hesitated to begin with, and that it was such a widespread issue at all. Jumping back to that class action lawsuit I was talking about, they are currently looking for people to send in their own video clips of them experiencing the Joy-Con drift issue and just showing it on camera so they can build a montage and play it for the court. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Why would I want to go against Nintendo like that? It's because you don't want to be a fanboy. You just don't. If you want your company that you enjoy to succeed and do better in the future, you need them to know that this is not okay. They need to have quality control standards, and the fact that this was such a big issue means that they didn't do their job correctly. If Nintendo loses this suit, which I think they will because of just how widespread this issue is, it's going to set a precedent for the future. Game console manufacturers and these different companies need to take better care when doing quality control. They need to make sure that their systems are not red ring of deathing. They need to make sure that their controllers are working right. And they need to make sure that the build quality is up to standard. When people spend $80 on a controller or buy a brand new system and the controller that's included with the system does not work, that's unacceptable. And I feel like that's not something crazy to be saying, that I should expect that this controller works out of the box. So let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Comment down below if you are having these same issues, or if you've had no issues at all with your Joy-Cons. That's great if that's true. And thank you for watching. Like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys.